Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Hope you had a brilliant weekend. And what we'll be doing today is just as usual. We're going over the kind of markets, the crypto markets, just seeing what it's like overall, looking at a few news stories and chatting with you and looking at a few charts as well. First of all, I need you to check just to see if the sound is okay and you can see and hear me okay. I've changed the setup in the office because we're moving and I had to get rid of the big, huge desk I had. I had a big, massive desk. It was 7 foot by about 4 foot or something. And I've got this kind of antique desk now, which is quite cool. So we're moving that to the new place in the new office. So I just need to make sure that you can see and hear me okay, first of all. And obviously, second of all, go down to that like button and hit that like button just now. That'd be fantastic. So I am just checking everything was okay. I'm using the Brave browser just now because it wasn't working before, but they've done an update. So hopefully we're up and running okay. Just need to see that in the charts. It looks okay here, but the Brave browser doesn't show it again, yeah. So it's not showing it. We'll soon see if we're working. Morning, sound good, can hear you fine. Paho, catching you live at work. Mark Innes, excellent mate, thanks for your message as well. So we'll just go over. Sound and video all good, excellent. So it's just I can't see it on the Brave browser, but that's cool. I can see the chat in the Brave browser. I just want to start using the Brave browser more for doing my everyday work as well. So I'm going to start to use that as well. And you can get a link down below to the latest Brave browser as well. It is a really fast and quick browser as well. And you can earn crypto as well. Right, we'll just jump over to the chat area, see who's in. Olo Bramblebur is in, Ben Bogardi is in, Greg Samuel is in, Adeb Vin, one of our Brown admins is in. Good to see you. Honest Crypto Journey is in the house as well. Good morning to you. Mark Innes, good morning to you, mate. Gordy Boy Scotland, 52 Mutts is in. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Benton Taylor is in as well. Any news on Engine Coin? No, not that I've seen. Anyway, Nicky Sheldrake is in just now. Just got your message there in the Telegram chat. We'll be talking about that as well. I've just seen your message. Gary Parmenter as well. KuCoin is on fire. KuCoin is on fire. The exchange coins are going to do brilliant long term, and we're going to be talking about Binance as well. Yeah, we'll be talking about that. I made a call. I can't remember if it was the weekend or Friday. I think it was the weekend, over the weekend, for BNB to rise from 380,000, and it did go up to about 399. I think after the Launchpad launch, I think it's going to come down a wee bit, but I do expect it to go up before then and break through that kind of 400,000 barrier. Lazy Ear is in, good to see you here. Ryan A is in, 52 months. I do see your videos, sometimes not live. Excellent, good to have you here anyway. Mark McGregor, good morning to you as well, buddy. Okay, so we'll go to the markets overall, see what's happening, then we'll get back to chat. Right, 130 billion, we'll say 139 billion. It's just a kick in the arse of 139 billion, which is good. It's gone up. It's gone up about 2-3% over the last kind of couple of days. Bitcoin dominance is up to 50.8%, so Bitcoin dominance has gone up slightly. Bitcoin price, aggregated price, is $4,010, which is fantastic to see. Who's the winners and the losers? We'll just jump over to here. So we've got view all. And we'll go to 24 hours, see if that gets, we'll do that later. So who's the winners? Engine Coin is up 33% again, which is fantastic to see. Market cap is up $168 million. GX Chain is up 10%. KuCoin shares is up 10% as well. KuCoin shares is almost 76 million. Still a really good price for KuCoin shares. And we spoke ages ago about kind of all the kind of exchange coins. The fact that they're making money is a good thing. Binance Coin, KuCoin shares as well, Huobi, they're all making money, good money. Wax is up 10%, Project Pi, Bitcoin Cash is up, Ravane, Crypto.com, still really like that for the long term. MCO, that is, you've got CRO as well, obviously. Ogre, Decentraland, Maximind Coin as well. So what's the percentage in the green? Yeah, not that much. So I'd probably say 30% in the green, 70% in the red. ABBC coin is down, not by that much. OneChain, Neo, Electroneum, Komodo, Litecoin, ARK, Mixin, down a couple of percentage points as well. We'll look at the overall markets and see what's happening there as well. We're going to go to volume 10,000. Right, so volume, see there's one that's went up 1800%, but the volume was like $10 or something. Right, ARAW is up 80% on 17,000 volume, not that big. Sealy, that's one we spoke about months and months ago. It might have been a year ago. Sealy is up 59% on 500,000 volume. Casino Coin on 500,000 volume, up 48% over the last 24 hours. That's looking good. Noah Coin is up over the week, 328%, up 36% over the last 24 hours. Good volume as well. We're looking for good volume. Circulating supply, 32 billion, but it is what it is. And the market cap is only 20 million. So what we're looking for when we do this is looking for a very low market cap, high volume, and kind of high movement as well, a higher movement. So 6 million on market cap for Sealy. Block Party up 43% on 1.2 million blocks. I've seen that on Bittrex this morning. There was up about 70%. So it's been higher than that over the last 24 hours. That's only 2 million. Neuro Token 2 million. Menlo 1, 11,000 volume. So look at the market cap of 173,000. And Crypto 21,000. A-chain, that AI chain, sorry, that looked good again months and months ago. I looked into that, up 26%, only on volume 12,000, but it's only 660,000. Kin is up 20% again, which is good. Good to see Kin moving up, 36 million for the market cap. I think that's good for the. We've said that all along. It's really good for the long term. So that's Kin. We'll look at what's happening overall this week with regards to news for Binance coins. We'll look, no we'll not, we'll just look at Binance just now. There's not much happening this week. You've got the ARK Deployer version 2 release as well, that's coming out obviously today. We've got testnet upgrade for NEO today. Money 2020, that's just a conference talking. Binance Launchpad, that's tomorrow for Seller. I'm going to try and get in on that. I'll just try everything on Binance. If I get in, I don't. It's worth it to get maybe 3x your money, even though it's only $1,500 you can put in. If you kind of 3x it from there and go from $1,500 to $6,000, I'll do that all day, every day. Nexus weekly development update, YouTube campaign for IoTex, Grosler Coin, multiple releases, and that, I see that's up today as well, which is good. We'll look at the Binance tokens in a second. Blockchain UA for BlockPass and 8 others. Live by week is IoTex. IoTex have got a lot of news, but it's not kind of major news. Bitcore, Mallorca, Blockchain Days, BNB Conference Prague, and Cotonou ASFL Meetup. That's for Horizon as well. So that's it for this week. That's happening for Binance coins. That's reported on CoinMarketCal.com. Right, so we'll go to the charts. See what's happening on the charts. Right, OAX was one I recommended last week. I said, okay, I think this is going to go up 70% from where it was, and I kind of called it, well, I called it originally in the premium group at 3396. It's up about 20% from there, up to 3,887. Still think it's going to go up to round about this level, 6,300. So still got a long way to go, but I do think it's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. The other one I called was HC. Oh, HCBTC, what's happening with that just now? And just keep up to date. Yeah, it's bouncing off the 7 EMA just now on the daily, which is good to see. And when you see that, that to me is a good sign when it's bouncing off it. When it's been used as resistance, that's a different story altogether. You can see here when it broke down and it was being used as resistance, round about here. Have I switched over, by the way? I'm just checking I've switched over. I had a horrible feeling I didn't. Yeah, I have. So that's good. I still think that's going to go up to round about the 45,000 level from here as well. It could go even higher than that to the 55,000 level before coming back down. And the other one we looked at was Loopring. It's not doing it as well, but I still think it's going to bounce up. Loopring, we're still above the on the daily. We're still, the 70 EMA is still above the 50 EMA, which is good to see. So it looks as if it's bouncing off the 50 EMA rather than the 70 EMA and using the 70 EMA as resistance at the moment. That's what it's looking like. But I still think we could see a bounce up or a spring shooting up to around about the 2,900 level over the next couple of weeks. So I'm not saying it's going to happen straight away. I just think it's going to happen over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to kind of jump up there. So I might go into April, but it's still good. If you see it's going to go up 70%. Again, I would take calls like that all day, every day. But obviously, just be careful as well. Some of you might have the stop loss already. I was stopped out with LRC when it went up. Kind of moving the stop loss up, got stopped out as well. I've not got back into it yet, but I still believe it's going to go up as well. Okay, so this one I want to look at is BNB. The BNB call I made at the weekend as well. I can't actually remember when I made it. I'm sure it was Saturday. So this was the kind of chart I was showing kind of people as well. Right, 1 wee second. That is going to bug me. I hate when I get all these wee kind of things. Right, bugger it. So I was showing this to the premium members. This is the trajectory of it going to 1 million Satoshi, and I kind of put this out as an idea at tradingview.com as well. I've never really done that before, but I've done a couple over the weekend as well. Just put them out as ideas, just under my name, Stephen A. I'm not asking you to follow me or anything because, as I say, I'm not huge on TA. I just like the simple TA stuff. And I think Binance is going to do really well. So if we kind of bring this right down to where it could go, and this is where it is just now at the bottom left hand corner. You see that just now. And my thoughts are it's going to go to 1 million Satoshi eventually. It's just with this perpetual, what they've got going on just now is this perpetual kind of cycle where they're doing the launch pads. They're going to do more ICOs. And this is where I think ICOs are going to become popular again. And I think with Binance Coin, I think we're going to go up to 2.2 million, 3 million. We're going to get to $100. This is how we're going to get to $100. 1 million Satoshi at the now, just now represents what, about $50 or something, or $45-ish. So to get to $100, we're talking to 2.5 million, 3 million Satoshi level. Unless Bitcoin price goes up, we'll get there quicker with a lower Satoshi level. So that's what I think is going to happen. And we're on that kind of trajectory just now for Binance. I know if we flesh it out. And again, it's using that 7 EMA. And that's on a weekly. But if we look at it on the daily as well. See all the way up. All the way up from the crossover. It's used the 7 EMA as support, 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 support. All the way up. Now, we might be due a breakdown for Binance. I still think long term. We're going to go up to 1 million Satoshi, then 2 million and 3 million Satoshi, and we're going to get to that $100. I just don't see how it cannot do that because of all the money it's making. Obviously, that's what you want for kind of a crypto company. We're talking about a crypto company, how much money it's making as well. The business model they've got with regards to the ICOs coming out and the tokenomics of it as well. You have to buy the BNB token in order to participate in the ICOs. Now, if they've got a tranche of ICOs coming out, and I don't know what their plans are they going to do one a week? Are they going to do one every day? It could be that they just step up a gear, and this is just going to explode. It's just going to snowball and snowball and going up to 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million. You don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the plans are for Changpeng Zhao. But with Launchpad, with the BNB tokenomics as is just now, without Launchpad, it's still a brilliant system. They're making money. They're getting their fingers into lots of different pies. They've got charities. They're looking good from a company standpoint, from a fundamental point of view. BNB looks amazing. And I've said this for months and months and months. This is a $100 coin waiting to happen. Already exploded from 141,000. It crossed over and it just keeps going up and up and up. So I've bought into BNB just now because I want to get into the kind of launch pads as well. So I want to get into Celery as well. Tomorrow I want to try and get in that ICO. If I don't get in it, I'll probably sell BNB tokens because I think it's going to go down short term then before rising back up. But this is the support line, and it's a steep support line. So if this falls, you're talking it's only going to go to maybe 320,000 and then back up again after that. And that's using that as the support line. Probably even more than that, to be honest. So if we kind of go down there and use that as a support line, yeah, 320,000, 330,000 as support if it was to fall back down there. But long term, it looks an amazing coin. It really looks amazing. Okay, I'm going to go back to chat, see who else has joined us. Richard Cooper is in the house. Nicky Sheldrake saying thumbs up. Marcus Jafara has joined us. James from Crypto Knowledge Alliance has joined us, one of our Brown admins as well. Good to see you here, buddy. Mark McGregor, this rookie is watching Ether Party. We'll check that out. Paul Jordan is in. Mark Innes. Get out. I've got Noah. Got to get home and sell. Get out at Noah. Why would you get out for Noah? Stephen King, good morning to you. Is that because it went up? Stephen King, good morning to you. Ben Polgardi, engine on fire, literally took off like a rocket 5 minutes ago. We will just check it just now. Ian J. Bitcoin. Wow, so it's just went up just now. We'll look at it on the hourly chart. Oof. It's just jumped up 40%. And a lot of people were in Engine before. Was Engine in Engine myself, made a wee bit of money on that as well. So that'd have been a good one to stay in. Where was it over the last 15 minutes? So it has literally just went up. So 4,094 up to 5,200 just now. So it looks as if that's going up again. So I don't know what's driving that. Just good news all round for Engine Coin just now. Axel is in the house. Good morning to you. Gino Dow is in. Mervyn Skidmore, good morning to you. Imran Chowdhury is in as well. Good to see you here, buddy. Gino Dow, Trons has made blockchain history and broken records with dApps $90 million in a day. I didn't actually see that, Gino. Was that with the casino app that they've got, the dApp? Imran Chowdhury, I think people need to start thinking with the market forces rather than hoping what they want. Time horizons need to be pushed further out. Yeah, I think so. We're looking short term because we're in it every day and we're kind of day trading. Just now that's essentially what we're doing, which is exciting, but we still have to think about the long term as well. And that's what I want to talk about as well. So I've been thinking for a while now that, we never looked at the long term. Oh, we did. Yeah, I've been thinking for a while now that there's something kind of strange going on with kind of all these ETFs and everything being put off with the SEC, the CBOE kind of getting out as well. Just thinking there's something kind of strange kind of going on in the markets just now with the big institutions. And I've seen 2 videos this morning. I thought, brilliant, this is just perfect. This is just what I've been thinking as well. And I'll put links to the videos as well for you. Wasn't that one? Yeah, it was for Mr. Christoph. And he's saying Bitcoin has been set up to explode, CBOE hidden agenda for Bitcoin. And also, I don't know if you've seen that Martini guy as well. He's actually quite good. I like him. That Martini guy, I like his videos as well. He kind of exposes people. I don't like when it kind of does that. Why? You don't need to do that to get YouTube subscribers. But he does it well, and he does expose people as well for being kind of scams and frauds and stuff like that. So he's done a video as well. CBOE backed an SEC conspiracy, exposed Bitcoin price explosion planned. And it's something along the lines, this kind of cemented it for me, something along the lines of what I've been kind of thinking as well, that there's something underlying fishy going on with regards to the big institutions and Bitcoin as well. And my thinking is, if they want to do, or they're looking to get big institutions on board and make money, what they're going to want, first of all, is a custodial service. In other words, it's got to be backed by Bitcoin. So anybody, a big institution coming into the likes of Bakkt or anything like that, or the CBOE or anything like that, they're going to have a kind of a physical backed. It's called custodial. So they want to have custody of it, but they want to have it insured. They want to make sure it's safe. If anything goes wrong, they're insured against it. So for that to happen, what's going to have to happen? That means they're going to have to accumulate a lot of Bitcoin. So you don't open an exchange and have a physically backed exchange. When I say physically backed, it just means if a big institution comes in and buys 100 Bitcoin, you've got to have 100 Bitcoin in your possession. So you can't just say, okay, yeah, we've got it, we'll take your money, we've got it, and we'll buy it. So for them to have that service, they're going to have to buy up a shitload of Bitcoin first in order to have in their possession in order to make money. That's a company, that's a business model. And they want to buy something and they want to sell it for a higher price. So what do? They bring the price down of Bitcoin so they can buy it at $3,000. They can buy it $3,100, $3,500. They buy it up in the OTC markets, keep buying it. Pretty soon they've got 1 million Bitcoin between them. If they've got 1 million Bitcoin, they can then start selling that, pump up the price to 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. So they've got 1 million Bitcoin times $3,000 that they bought it for, and then you times that by 2, and that's the profit. They've made 100% profit, which is billions and billions of dollars. That's what I think is happening underlying with the big institutions, with the CBOE, with the SEC and the ETFs and all that shit as well, and everything with backed as well. Just everything that's going on with the big institutions and the ETFs coming out and the futures coming out, but they're going to want physical backed Bitcoin, and this is what I think is happening with the price. So these two videos, I would urge you to watch them from that Martini guy, Mr. Christoph as well. And also subscribe to this guy. He's a brilliant guy, Crypto Revolution. Kind of said it before, formerly Crypto Bitcoin Chris. I would subscribe to his channel as well. Really good news as well. I always kind of watch the news in the mornings with Crypto Bitcoin Chris. But it's Crypto Revolution now because his other channel got taken down. So that was just a wee aside. But yeah, just watch that Martini guy, the latest one, and Mr. Christoph as well. And that's a good channel to watch. For this particular thing that I'm talking about here. This is my thinking. Are we being duped? And I think we are. I think everybody's talking about this kind of price going down to 2,000, 1,500. I don't think we're going to get there at all. I just think it's slowly going to come up from here. The price, it might dip a wee bit more before it goes up, but I still think short, medium, long term, Bitcoin is looking amazing, and therefore some of the altcoins are going to be amazing as well. And the other news I was going to be looking at, where does see this? Where was it? Right, 1 second, I was going to look at something. I can't see it now. Right, give me a sec, folks, because I want to show you that. James had sent me it, sorry. Today, where are we? Oh yeah, this was it. So global flip to Bitcoin and crypto is inevitable. Again, something I've been thinking as well. I just think it's inevitable. The governments must switch from control to service, says billionaire venture capitalist. So an early investor in Skype, Hotmail and Tesla says people around the world will choose to switch from government-controlled fiat to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. In a new interview with the Bitcoin of Crypto Street, billionaire venture capitalist Tim Draper says it's time for governments at large to switch from a mentality of control to service. Totally believe that. I think that's so on point that they need to do that for them to get the people on side of the government, which they've never been for years and years. So he says the great thing about cryptocurrency is it's not tied to a government. Governments control you by controlling your currency. Totally true. Governments have to switch from control to service. And governments have to start thinking in terms of how do I attract citizens to my government as opposed to you live here, you work for me. And that's, I've seen that time and time again. I've spoken about this in business as well. I've got a business kind of channel where I make my money on kind of social media, I teach people social media. And I've said the thing that kind of turned around my business, it was being really when I kind of asked this question, I used to ask the question, how can I make more money? How can I sell a product to make more money? What do people want that's going to make me money? And that's what I used to ask when I first got into business, when I was an entrepreneur way back 10 years ago, when I first started online. But then it suddenly kind of dawned on me. I realized it's not about how much money I can make. It's about what I can do to make a difference to the people I'm serving. Because that's ultimately what I'm doing. I want to kind of serve people by giving great information. And that's ultimately what my purpose here on life or on earth is to become the best I can be and share that with the world, whatever way I can, share my knowledge. And if cryptocurrency is it, if social media is it, if personal development is it as well, and it has been for the last 10 years, then that's it. But I switched from asking the question, how can I make more money, to how can I help more people? That's when my business totally turned around. Because I had that question in my head all the time, how can I help more people? And when I started asking that, I started thinking about new ideas to help more people on a bigger level. And that's my purpose. And just now, I believe I've found I'm one of the lucky ones. But, well, not lucky because I kept on searching for my purpose in life. This is my purpose, what I'm doing just now. Plus the other kind of sides of the business I've got, social media and personal development. And this is what he's saying as well. Tim Draper is saying exactly this as well. So the government needs to start thinking in terms of how do I attract citizens to my government rather than you live here, you work for me. So it's not a control thing, it's an attraction thing. So I think that is going to be a big difference. I think that's why I totally agree that there's going to be a global flip to Bitcoin, because it's not controlled. And the governments are going to have to rethink if they want to stay in power, which is ultimately their goal, to have power, then they're going to have to start thinking about things in a much bigger level. They said Bitcoin's a national currency in Japan, and that attracted people to Japan. It attracted entrepreneurs, businesses, money. They all decided to go there because they thought, well, Japan is thinking of the future, and Japan is thinking of attracting me to their country. Other countries are not doing that, and I think they need to. I think they need to recognise that the world is now open, and as a government, you have to serve your people instead of the other way around. That's exactly it as well, and that's why I want Scotland. I'd love Scotland to be and have a conversation with this kind of Scottish government to say, open up your doors so people want to come to Scotland because you're crypto friendly and because you're using cryptocurrency and you want to make it, I'm not saying make it a national currency, but they could get rid of the pound altogether, which was a bone of contention in 2014 for the independence. They could get rid of it and just have a cryptocurrency as well, but attract people into Scotland. Same with England, same with Wales, same with Northern Ireland, same with Ireland, same with the whole of Europe and USA, just everybody. You need to become crypto friendly if you want to attract people to your government, because the world is an open playing field now. It's not just Scottish peers, people from all over the world in Scotland, people from all over the world in England. It's not just English people that stay there. It's people from all over the world, and our doors are open. It should be open to everybody as well. That's my feeling. And I think if countries adopt what Japan are doing and just having this open policy on cryptocurrency and having a debate about it and talking about it and being progressive, I think it's just going to be so much better. So I think this is a brilliant one to kind of check out as well, and check out the interview he's got as well. I will leave links this time. I've not been leaving links. I've just been finishing the lives and just kind of doing packing because we're moving in 9 days. We're moving. So yeah, I think that was a really good conversation to have as well. So let me know what you think as well. Do you think it's going to flip? Do you think everything's going to flip to Bitcoin and the governments do need to change? It'll be interesting to hear your thoughts on that as well. And Chris Moll saying, morning Steve, crush the likes everyone. Thank you very much for that. Yes, crush the likes. High Plains Drifter, good evening from Sydney. Good to see you here, buddy. BitTorrent going live. I put out a note the other day as well to say that I thought BitTorrent was going to go up. It did go up a wee bit. It's kind of pulled back a wee bit again, but I do think we're going to get 100% on that in the next month or so. Imran Chowdhury, the next wave of crypto will be the securitization sector of blockchain. Any crypto connected to securities or STOs will do handsomely in 2019 when stocks, housing, insurances all are tokenized. Totally. I think we're going to be able to tokenize ourselves in the future. So maybe a year's time, I'll be able to tokenize myself and offer a cryptocurrency for a Stephen Aitchison cryptocurrency. You could tokenize yourself as well. I think that is coming as well. That'll be interesting to see how that kind of plays out. Debbie Claydon is in the house. Welcome to you. Did you know that Binance app is no longer in the iStore? I didn't know that. It's interesting to know. Honest Crypto Journey. I honestly believe BTC will hit 6 figures within 24 months, but I feel it in my water that we may see a correction to 2.8k before momentum to the upside produces the next real bull run. Your thoughts? I don't think so. I honestly don't think we're even going to get to 2.8 thousand or $2,800. I think we've more or less seen the bottom for Bitcoin, and I think 3,100 was the bottom. Round about that level, 3,100, I think we've seen the bottom. I don't think we're going to be able to buy crypto at that price again. It might come back down to 3,100. I don't think it's going to go below 3,000. I really don't. And I think things are in play just now. Things are really, my gut feeling, no evidence whatsoever. It's just gut feeling and kind of news I've kind of been reading and kind of research I've been doing. But there's no kind of concrete, solid evidence. It's just a gut feeling that we've hit the bottom already. I don't think they're going to risk, and I do think it has been manipulated. I don't think they're going to risk on it going lower than 2,000 or 3,100. If they did, think about this. If it went down to 3,100, you're going to get a lot of newbies saying, oh shit, Bitcoin is going to go to $1,500, or it's going to go at $1,000, I'm going to get out. And it's going to risk, it's going to be an avalanche of people getting out. And the big institutions are just starting to get in, so they don't want that. They're controlling it, make no mistake, they're controlling it in some way just now. I don't know how they're doing it. Obviously, they've got a lot of money behind them, so that is obviously a way they're doing it. They'll be doing the OTC trading as well. So that is obviously helping as well, but they're not going to risk that because the retail investors, there's still enough of us just now to cause that avalanche of kind of Bitcoin falling to possibly $1,000. And it's not, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think what they're doing is buying up at this price. The institutions and for physically backed crypto. That's what they want, for the institutions to get in with the likes of Backed and the CBOE, etc. That's my opinion. Andreas is in the house. Good morning to you. Dennis van der Hagen is in. Gary Parmenter, 1 second. 0x exchange, maybe another exchange worth investing in. ZRX. Yep. Markinnis, message retracted. Nils Bull is in. Good morning to you. Sorry, Imran, I can't read out every single message from you. I just want to see other people's messages as well. Gary Parmenter, that crypto movie with Kurt Russell is rubbish. The scriptwriters never did do your own research. Did you see it? I've seen the kind of trailer for it. The trailer doesn't look brilliant, obviously. The trailer looks actually quite good, but the premise of it is the news. The premise behind it is that it's used for criminal activity. I think that's the premise behind it. So it'd be good to see. It's not out yet, is it? It's not actually out. I know the trailer's out. Winklevoss Brothers at BTC at a tipping point. Super Bull is incoming. I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. Ben Polgardi, love how you share your insights about your philosophy. Keep up the good work, Steve. Thanks very much, Ben. I appreciate that, mate. Mark McGregor, not without a fight is the love control. Yes, they do love control. Peter J, good to see you, Peter. Dennis van der Hayden, what do you think about BNT? BNT has kind of risen before, so we'll look at a couple of charts as well. What was the other news I was going to talk about before? So it was a global flip. When backed, Bitcoin futures market approval appears stuck in limbo. That was just kind of adding more fuel to the fire that I was talking about, that these institutions are kind of buying up and they're just gearing up for a big, huge kind of run up. Cardano volumes almost double. Coinbase could trigger rally as well. This is from a couple of days ago. So after dropping from the top 10, Cardano is up 17.4% the previous week. Because of this, is one of the top performers and could register more gains if Coinbase supports Cardano. So talking about Coinbase supporting it here and how it could be on a run. So just have a look at Cardano just now. Again, I've said this loads of time. This is one for the future. Engine coin is up to 5,500. So it's on a major kind of run just now. 37%. But we'll look at Cardano. BTC is down just now to 1,248, but it did have a wee run up, down up to about 1,264. We've got bottom there, our support level there around about 12.42, but that's on the 15 minute. We'll just look on the bigger time scale on the daily. Maybe not. Just kind of froze on me there. Alright, we'll try again. Cardano, BTC. No, it doesn't like the Cardano chart. What's going on? Right, 1 second. I'm going to 4 hour chart, see if it likes that. Cardano, it likes the 4 hour, doesn't like the daily. Right, so we can see we're up from 1100 Satoshi up to 1249, but we did hit that 1300. That was a major resistance there for 1300. I kind of put that in before. We kind of go down to auto. And 1300, then 1375. I still think we're going to go up. We're going to way surpass that. I think Cardano is going to way surpass that. I think it's going to go on a major run as well soon. If we look at the bigger macro view, we can see we're coming off the bottom. We're not that far off 836, which is close to kind of its all-time low. Go to the weekly, see what it looks like there. It doesn't like the weekly either. How do you not like that? 12 hours? I like that. Yeah, so what we got, 9,000. So we could potentially get, just to get to 9,000, and things have fundamentally changed with Cardano. Just to get to 9,000, you're talking six times where it is just now, 7 times where it is just now. So again, a 700% gain. I would take that all day, every day, as well. So jumping into Cardano, I think is going to be a good for long term. Not financial advice. Put your big boy pants on, big girl pants on, all that shit, and do your own research. But yeah. So that's just my thoughts. But I've said that for ages about Cardano. Right, you're talking about BNT. Somebody was speaking about BNT. Did I go to the news? What was the news? Right. Okay. Heads all over the place. BNT, we've done some charts on that. We've kind of seen, because I called it round about here at the 13, I think it was, I can't even remember where I called it, but it went up big time. And I said it was going to go to about 24,000, and it kind of almost reached it. It went to 20,100 or something. So at the moment, it's bouncing off the 7 EMA and looking to go back up. So we might still see a bounce up from here for BNT. But put your stop losses in if you're going to do that, obviously, as well. But yeah, it could be looking for a bounce up. I'll just take these lines off. Yeah. So a bounce up is possible from here. G-Slick is in the house. Good morning to you. King 1969 Larson is in the house as well. Love Digibyte the best. Yep, you keep saying on every single live you come on, but I do like your enthusiasm for Digibyte. Peter J, I jumped out of Kin just before it exploded. I'm now in GBD. GBD? What's GBD? You mean DGB? Digibyte, yeah. I'm presuming that's what you mean. Yeah, Ken having a run. Yep, so we'll just have a look at coin signals. That's not coin signals anymore. Signals.com. Ah, bugger. So I'm just going to jump over to it's coinsignals.trade. That's why it's not .com. Trade. We'll go over to check out. What were we checking out? What were we checking out, man? Ken. Jesus. Ken. My head's up my arse just now because there's so much going on. There's so much going on at home. And just with the move and everything else. And, oh, excellent. Up to 100. And that's Ethereum, is it? Oh, that's BTC. Alright, 1 wee second. That's not quite right. We'll look on Ethereum. Ethereum. Maybe a better view. Right, so we're at 1600. So it's doubled in price to 3,700. Brilliant. Brilliant. Really good to see that. So a lot of people have gotten in that. We've said all along that Kin's going to be a good one for the long term. Starting to show some movement now. That's good. That's really good to see. Who else do we check out? Bab. We'll check out Bab, see what they're doing. Is this on? Oh, this is on 10 decimal places, that's why. So it's on 6 Satoshi just now. Check out Bab. How are Digitex futures? They're looking to, seeing them moving up the CMC charts as well. And they're currently at 2002 just now. I'll take that off. That's decimal places. We'll go to 110. That's better. So 2002 just now for Digitex futures. So Digitex futures still looking good, looking like a good one. And we'll check as well BPT. What BPT doing? Oh, they've come down 2,779. The Blockport. What else? That was the other ones I was checking. How do? I think they've come back down a wee bit. Yeah, they came back down. They did go up. They shot up to about 216. Come back down to 159. Metamorph, which I'll still do a video on. I need to get a video done for them as well. I just want to do an updated video because I've done a review of them. I want to do an updated review for Metamorph as well. They're still doing okay at 104. And the lowest they've been is 28, so they're still doing well. Okay, so we'll go back to chat. PJ, I mean DGB, yeah. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, almost every time the weekly stochastic RSI has fallen from where it is now, has been followed by at least a 30% drop. In my opinion, just worth as a look. But see, I don't check the RSI. I know. What's the indicators? So we're talking about Bitcoin. Relative Strength Index. 1 second, just want to keep the inputs 14, we'll keep it at. So it's just to see what you were saying there, James. Almost every time the weekly stochastic RSI has fallen from where it is now, has been followed by at least another 30% drop. So I need to kind of show me that, and we'll go to weekly. So I'm taking you're talking about BTC, and we'll go to BLX actually. And we're on a weekly. Take these off. So this is a weekly RSI for BLX. Right, so I'm presuming you're talking about that, James. I might be a wee bit behind. It'll be good to see your thoughts on that. King1969, the banks have to find ways to make money, and I think the next big thing is crypto custodian trade. Yeah, definitely. I do honestly believe that. Do the institutions want an avalanche in BTC price to get on cheap when the ETFs eventually come into existence? I don't think they want ETFs. I don't think they want really ETFs. I think they want physically backed, because that's what's really going to drive the price up. Because if we think about it, what drove the price down in the first place was these ETFs. As well, or the ETF like futures, so it's the futures as well. So because it gave them the power to short Bitcoin as well. And obviously, when a company is kind of getting so many shorts, then they're going to have to cover themselves by actually going short, so they can make money. They can make money for the Bitcoin. That's how they cover themselves as well. But I'm not saying it's physically backed, but they're obviously having to do that to a degree. G-Slide Digibyte could have a run during the Amsterdam Summit thingy. DigiID going to change the world. Excellent. Lawrence Matthews, MetaHash is looking very bullish. Yeah, MetaHash I'd seen as well. I've looked at that, funny enough, this morning, because I'm subscribed to kind of somebody that kind of really rates MetaHash as well. So I was watching a video this morning from that. Imran, I no worries about the messages. The stream just gets me fired up. Hey, it's cool with the messages, Imran. Totally understand that. and I totally enjoy it as well, looking at the messages as well. Just obviously want to give other people a chance as well. Mark Innes, CYT-Crypto, Steve Coin, that would be grand. It'd be grand if it was a grand. Benton Taylor, ENG, yeah, so it's gone up again, I take it, ENG. No. BTC. 5,100. Yeah, it looks as if it's on another run for Engine Coin. Excellent. Gino Dow, sorry Steve was on the phone, missed a question about the Candy new exchange. What price of the token be? Got 60,000 Candy for signing up. 60,000? How do you get 60,000 for signing up? That's fantastic. I think I've only got about 40,000 Candy just now. That's for getting other people to sign up as well as me signing up. So that's amazing if you got 60,000 for that, Gino. So I don't know what the price of the token will be when you're able to swap them. But if you keep it, I think it would just be one that you just keep, because you got it for free anyway. So you just keep it to the side, keep it for a couple of years, and if anything comes of the exchange, you've got a lot of money. Mac Pawn is in. Good morning to you, Michael McCune. Still in TRX, seems stuck in a tight range. Any thoughts? TRX, I did recommend for last week as well. I thought it was going to break out. 573. Still think that's a good price for TRX. That's the kind of weekly price just now. But I still got that. If we look at it on the daily, we said the support was 571, around about there. A very, very strong support as well. And the only reason to get out of it is if it kind of fell below support at this level, around about 570. So I would kind of put the stop loss at say 560, or even tighter than that if you want to. But I'd say 560 for the stop loss. And if it falls below that, then it represents it might be continuation of this kind of falling pattern that we've got there for Tron. But I do think it's going to turn around because of this strong support, and there's a descending triangle, and I think it's going to break out of that. So if it was me, not financial advice, if it was me, I would still hold on to Tron just now, unless you start to see it falling below, say 570, then it gets to 565, then that's when I'd say, okay, time to exit. Round about those levels. For me, that would be. Telstra is saying good morning to you. Good morning to you as well. Good to see you here. Mark Innes is saying, Gino, really, mate? Yeah, I think you might have made a mistake with the figures. Gino, I think it's less than that. It might be in 6,000 that you got altogether. Be inspired. I think EFINDEX is worth to check. I'll check that out. What time we're on? 9:17. Is worth a check. Imran Chowdhury's CV have just featured in the new Top Gear magazine. Excellent. That'd be good to see that article actually. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, BTC and its stochastic RSI, not normal RSI. See, because I never really check it, I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. Just being honest. With the RSI, well, obviously I know about the RSI, but stochastics, so indicator. Stochastic RSI. Right, so we're going to go back to BTC, and we're going to go to, and we'll go to BLX, and we're going to go to the weekly. Right, so what were you saying, James? If it falls below the 30, stochastic has fallen from where it is now, has been followed by at least another 30% drop. Right, so every time it's fallen from where it is now, you're saying another 30% drop. In price, I take it. So that would represent, kind of 30% drop from there would represent going back down about 3,100. Or less. So, I'm talking about here, at 18,000, and see it kind of dropped from here again, dropped from 3,200, 3,020 to 1,890, dropped from here, around about these levels, from 18,500, it's kind of gone all the way down, so more than 30%. So once it's got to this level again, so you're saying it's going to drop So 30% from here to about 2,800. So, right, good analysis. You're looking at that. So if we're looking at that and we kind of go back as well, so we see the drop. You can see the drop from here as well. But if we look back here, we've had it up here, it didn't drop. We've had it up here as well. 776. I suppose it dropped to 485, so that represents a big drop. From here, that's only because that was a big spike. Interesting. Interesting. Thanks for sharing that, James. Need to wait and see what happens with that. I'll put it in the Telegram for you to check, see if I'm presuming that's correct. I'll just jump back in Telegram. Right, yeah, so it was where I was looking at, the stochastic RSI. Excellent, thanks again for that, buddy. I'm still bullish on it. It does look bearish and we can go down, obviously. We can go down on that, but I'm still kind of bullish on it. Not necessarily from here, just kind of longer term. We're thinking about from that point of view, but if we're talking short term, yeah, that could definitely happen as well. Imran Chowdhury, 60k of candy, that's a lot of sugar. Take after those teeth, yeah. Lawrence Matthews, Steve, very safe now, listed on CMC. Market cap 300k and can still be picked up at 1 sat on Coinbini and Stex if you're looking for a new gem. Right, Lawrence, you were talking about that last week and you said it was kind of renamed, it was named something else before. Very safe. Alright, what was it called again? I know we looked at it last week. Let me know what it was called again previously, or the ticker symbol. Dennis van der Hayden. What about Vibe? Vibe is looking okay actually. I looked at Vibe as well. Vibe BTC. I'll get rid of the stochastics. 1096. And that's on the weekly. If we look at it on the daily. Crossed over. It's still looking good just now. It's bouncing off the 70 EMA as you can see on the daily. So you might, it's at 1096 just now, so it might come down to about 1080 before bouncing back up, but I do think that's going to go back up as well. I think it's a good hold if you've got it just now. Gino Dow, 6,000, haven't got my glasses on. I thought it was 6,000, that's fine. I was going to say I'm about to complain I didn't get 60,000. Alta Patel, I've got over 100k candy for Bitstack. I've got over 100 sign up. Excellent, well done for you. With many of them passing KYC as well. That's brilliant, mate. Well done. What's your platform for getting people signed up? I'd be interested to know from a kind of social media point of view. Crypto Jean-Jacques. Are some of you interested in BitTube? Checked out BitTube a while ago. It didn't seem to be going off or taking off. So I'd be willing to look at it again, but not really kind of in there just now. Imran Chowdhury, Amazon Web Services, just featured Electronium in one of the videos. Excellent. G-Slick, I like ETN. I might buy a lot more. I'm currently mining it. Also think a big future. Yep. Honest Crypto. There's my 2,800 and there's a 30% drop. Yeah. So it might well do. Might well do. ATN. What do you think ADA price will do after Shelly update? I don't know. So that could be the spark. That could be the spark after the Shelly update for Cardano that just kind of doubles it and just goes on a run from there. He's still holding backs. No, I got it a long time ago for backs. VSF. Right, okay. Just let's check this one. VSF. So why didn't it come up when I typed in Berry? That's just me. So, VSF. Very safe. Right, 20 million total supply. 1 BTC, 29 GRI or GRI or whatever the hell it is. Came on in October. The high point has been 10 Satoshi. Markets, Stex, Coinbini, not that much volume, 3,260 on that. Look at the chat very quickly. Got 8,000 members in there as well. 263 online, so it looks to be active. Ah, CPOL. Right, okay. Social. What's it doing? Social. March the 16th. Excellent. And basic platform is now live. March the 15th. Please take a minute to read this article. Blah blah. You now track your BSF. Excellent. So I'd say it's worth taking a look. Obviously, we've not got the circulating supply, but if you've worked that out, obviously you've worked it out as well. Their loans and just saying it's 300,000. So yeah, worth taking a wee look if anybody's interested in that as well. How tempting to institutional investment. BTC has 2,800, then getting super cheap, then watch the billions roll in. It would literally be billions. Literally be billions. So imagine if you've got a couple of $1 billion, so how much, say you've got $10 billion. So 10, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, divided by 2,800, say. How much Bitcoin would that buy you? You wouldn't be able to buy that much. You just wouldn't, because I don't think you'd be able, the institution would be able to buy 3.5 million Bitcoin when there's only 21 billion, and there's probably only going to ever be 17 million, so I don't think they'd be able to buy that much at 3.5 million. So, but if all the institutions put together $10 billion, if they're buying at 2,800, they'd be able to buy 3.5 million just now. Well, if it went to 2, so how much would they be able to buy just now? I just like playing with figures as well. So they'd be able to buy 2.5 million Bitcoin just now at 4,000. So even that 2.5 million Bitcoin, if they started if they were buying that up, they've got that in their custody, they've got that already somewhere safe between them, between the CBOE, between BACT, between everybody else, the kind of other big institutions. Say they've got 2.5 million between them, so they've got physically backed Bitcoin, and they start driving the price up. Obviously, what that does, it takes it out of circulation. So now there's even less kind of Bitcoin in the world. So instead of having a possibility of 17 million, you've got, I don't know, 10 million in the world or something like that, kind of circulating around the world that's just going up. And imagine the price starts going up, and it goes up, and it keeps on going up, and then people generally tend to hear about it when the price has doubled or tripled. So if it goes up to 12,000, that's when people are going to start saying, okay, it's time to get into Bitcoin. So they start buying again at 12,000, then it goes up to 16,000, then 20,000. So imagine it went up to 24,000. So that it goes up to 24,000, and they put $10 billion in. So how much is that? So it's times 24,000. So if they put $10 billion in, so it'd be 6, so it'd get $60 billion back at $10 billion. That's how much it would get back. $60 billion. That is mental. And just for it going up to 24,000. So if it went up to 100,000, you're talking they've got $200 billion between them. There's big money going to be made here. For us as well, or it can be for us as well. Was formerly CPOL. Thanks for that, Lon, so I will check that out. Peter J, what is the Block 30 Labs? I don't know about that. Stephen King, do you think AMB will go back up? I do think AMB will go back up. AMB looks really good actually, Ambrosis. So the reason I liked AMB, and it did go back up, it did go up when I kind of looked at it, is because it's near its all-time low as well. It's a good project, good team as well. So I think if you're going to hold it for the long term, yes, definitely. For the short term, might be a wee bit different for the short term. You can see there it kind of did jump up, kind of called it, did jump up, came back down again. But it looks as if it's hitting support round about these levels. If it goes a wee bit further down, then it's going to be a longer term hold instead of being a short term trade. But for longer term, I think yes, it is going to go back up. If you look at the bigger scale, there's 1,445. Look where it was, 9,752, 6 times from where it is just now. So I think it could go back up. Gino Dow put a stop on ADA at $1,000, only got 2,000 Cardano. Left it, forget it. If it hits, I'm happy chappy. You put a stop on $1,000 for it going to $1,000. That'd be amazing. $2 million. Crypto knowledge, 27 watching but 7 likes. Crystal likes, folks. There's only 27 watching. It says 64 watching here. It'd be good if there was 64 watching. So yeah, leave a comment if you're watching just now. Leave a comment in the chat area just now, just to let us know you're here. Block 30 Labs is in the real estate and micropayments, etc. Ah, right, okay. Little supply, lots of demand, 6 to 8 figure BTC. It is. It's going to be a 6 to 8 figure BTC. It is. It cannot not happen. It cannot not happen. Yeah. That's it. That's it for today's chat. We'll just go back to see what's happening on. We'll go to Binance actually, and just see what's going on. Oh, what's happened there? Binance.com. BNB 391,000. So Engine Coin is shot up, has come back down a wee bit again. So this is why it's important to set kind of stop limits as well. Stop limits to kind of sell when it goes up, not just a stop loss order. 0AX has gone up still as well. That's good to see. I still think that's going to jump big time. KNC has gone up. And we've got Bitcoin Cash has gone up as well. DNT. BNB, so I'm in BNB just now. I got in back at 380,000 Satoshi. I did come shooting down 387. But I called that yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. And it kind of shot up. Literally about an hour after, 2 hours after I kind of called it. But I went in on the, I'm just going to see if there's an update on that actually. Launchpad, on the seller launchpad. They've got a price yet. Public sale token price 0.006, so 0.6% or nearly 0.7%. Price in BNB will be determined on the day, so it's not actually coming out until tomorrow. But individual cap $1,500. As I say, it's still worth putting in $1,500 worth just to possibly get $6,000 back, which is nearly 2 Bitcoin. So that'd be good, a good trade there as well. And then I think BNB price might go down. So I think it's still to go up a wee bit. I think we're going to break 400,000 for the BNB price before the end of today or tomorrow as well. But is it worth investing right this minute? Maybe not. For long term, if you're in it for the long term, definitely. Possibly not for the short term. Might have a price fall after this, after the launch. What else are we looking at? I think that's it. Okay, I think I'll leave it there just now, and I will bid you a farewell and say have a brilliant day. Until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.